Rainbow class, and welcome to your Monday's maths lesson. Now this week we're going to be thinking about something called capacity. It's a strange word, isn't it? Can you try and say it with me? Ready? Capacity. And once more, capacity. Well done. And capacity is when we talk about how much a container can hold. Now we've talked about this in school before. Do you remember we got our big plastic container out and filled it with water, and we did lots of experimenting with pouring and filling up? Well, that's what we're going to do this week. Now I'm going to show you 3 tasks now, and then you're going to have a go at doing those 3 tasks yourself. You can either use a washing up bowl full of water like me, or you might want to go into the garden and use a bucket of water or a paddling pool of water. Or you might save the whole maths lesson for bedtime and you can do it all in the bath tonight. I don't mind which one you do. Your first task is going to be thinking about 6 different words. We're going to think about full, empty, half full, half empty, and nearly full and nearly empty. So all you need is 1 container. I'm going to use this milk bottle because it's clear. You can see through it. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to start by making it full. So I'm going to dip it into my water. Now I've made my water yellow so that you can see it. And I might need a cup to help me fill it up. And there we go. I have made my jar full. That's our first word we're practicing, full. Now I'm going to make it empty. How am I going to do that? That's right, I need to pour it all out. Now my jar is empty. So we've done full and we've done empty. Now we're going to try half full. Half full. So I need to fill it halfway up, don't I? So I'm going to dip it into my water. Oh, that's a bit too much. A bit more. That looks perfect. It is half full of water. Now how am I going to do half empty, my next word? Do I need to do anything to it, or can I just leave it like this? I can leave it like this, because if it's half full, it is also half empty. It's the same thing. So my bottle is half full of water and it is half empty. So we've done full, empty, half full and half empty. Now we're going to try nearly full. So it's not quite full all the way to the top, but it's nearly full to the top. Oh, that's a really easy one to do. I could probably squeeze a tiny bit more in. Oh, see, it's not quite at the top, is it? There's still a bit of room, but it's nearly full. Nearly full. Now our last one is going to be nearly empty. So I'm going to pour almost all of it out, except a tiny dribble in the bottom. There we go, it's nearly empty. It's just a tiny little bit of water in the bottom, nearly empty. So that is your first task, boys and girls. You're going to think of those 6 different words: full, empty, half full, half empty, nearly full, and nearly empty. Well done. Now let's move on to task 2. For task 2, you need 2 containers, any 2 containers. I'm going to use my milk bottle again, and I'm going to use, I've got so many to choose from over here. I'm going to use a measuring jug. And the first thing I want you to do is think about which of your containers will hold more. Which one will hold more? So you can put them next to each other and have a little think. Well, mine are the same height, so I can't tell by how tall they are. But one of them is definitely wider than the other one. So I think this one is going to hold more. Shall we have a look? I'm going to fill it up all the way to the top. I can use my cup to help me. Oh, look, that's one of our words that I've used. I've used full. So I've filled it up. Now I'm going to pour it into my second container, my milk jug, my milk bottle. And if it fills it up with a bit of room to spare, then we'll find out the answer. Let's see. It's full. But there's still loads of water left in the measuring jug. Look, so much more in the measuring jug. There's so much more. Oh my goodness, I can't fit it all in. So which of my containers held more? Was it my milk bottle or my measuring jug? It was my measuring jug, of course it was. Let's try it again with two different containers. Okay, let's choose a nice tea mug, which I drink my tea out of. And let's try an egg cup. Which one is going to hold more? Which one is going to hold less? I think the egg cup would hold less. Do you agree? Let's do the same experiment as before. Let's fill the one that we think is going to hold more up to the top. So it's really, really full. Use my cup to fill it up. Oh, it's full. It's full. Now I'm going to pour it into the container that holds less and see if I'm right. Well, the egg cup is full and there's still loads of water left in the mug. Let's keep going. No, it's so much more in the mug. There's so much more. There's no way I'm going to get it all in. So was I right? The mug held more and the egg cup held less. So that is your second task today, to experiment with pairs of containers, two at a time. Two at a time, okay? You can try any two containers and you're going to find out which one holds more and which one holds less. Now, let's try task 3. For task 3, you need a whole selection of containers. I'm going to show you what I've got. I've got all the ones I had earlier, my milk jug, my milk bottle and measuring jug, my egg cup, my tea mug, my cup that I've been using to help me fill up. I've got a little cooking spoon and I've got a little bowl. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 containers. So why do you aim for 6 or 7 or 8? You decide. And your last task is going to be to put them in order from which container holds the most at one end, to the container that holds the least at the other end. So we're using the words most and least. And we're going to use our technique that I've just shown you, where we fill up one all the way to the top so it is full, and we pour it into another container to see which holds the most. So I'm going to guess that I think either the bowl or the measuring jug are going to hold the most. So let's experiment with those two and see which holds the most. So I'm going to fill my measuring jug to the top. I've used my cup to help me. Okay, my measuring jug is filled to the top. Now I'm going to pour it into the bowl to see which one holds more. Oh, it's close. Oh! I poured it all in and actually there's still a tiny bit of room in the bowl. Still a bit more room? There, it's full. So I've discovered that my bowl holds more than my measuring jug. So my bowl is going to go at this end. This holds the most. I'm going to put my measuring jug in second place. Now I've got to decide which one do I think will hold more. I don't think it's going to be the cup. I'm going to put the cup and the egg cup at that end because I'm sure they're going to hold the least. Oh, and my cooking spoon, that can go down that end. I've got my milk bottle and my mug. Now, what do I think between measuring jug and mug? Shall I test them? Let's have a quick test to double check. So I'll fill up my measuring jug, just to the top, make it nice and full. Remember, you always fill up the one that you think holds the most, and then you pour it into the one that you think holds the least. Let's pour it in and see if I am right. Yes, I was right, look. My mug is full and there's still water left over in the measuring jug. So the measuring jug holds more than the mug. So the measuring jug is in second place. Now, between the mug and the milk bottle, better test them, hadn't I? So I'm going to fill up my mug because I think that one holds the most. I think it does. Fill it up nice and full. And then I'm going to pour it into my milk bottle and see if I'm right. This is going to be messy. Whoa. Yeah, my milk bottle is full and there's still water left in my mug. So I was right, the mug holds more than the milk bottle. So the mug's in third place. I'm doing well, I've got 3 of them. This one holds the most, and this one's next, then this one. Now, my next 2, between the milk bottle and the cup. I don't know. Might be the cup. Shall I try the cup? Let me fill the cup up all the way to the top. I'm going to have to borrow my little egg cup to fill it up. Okay, now I'm going to pour it into the milk bottle and see if I'm right. It's going to be messy again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't fill the milk bottle up. Bother. That means the milk bottle must hold more. So I got them the wrong way round. Okay, so I'm going to put the milk bottle next, followed by the cup. Now my last 2 are the egg cup and the cooking spoon. I don't know. I'm going to guess. I think the egg cup holds more. I'm not really sure. Shall I try? So I've got to fill the egg cup up, fill it up. I'm going to pour it into the measuring spoon and see if I'm right. Oh, definitely. The measuring spoon is overflowing everywhere. Oh, it's going everywhere. So my egg cup holds more than the measuring spoon. I've done it. I've put my 7 containers in order from the container that holds the most water at this end to the container that holds the least water at this end. And that is your 3rd task that you are going to do. Now remember, you can do your 3 tasks with a washing up bowl of water inside, like me. But you might need a towel to keep drying off like I did. Or you might want to do it outside in the paddling pool or with a bucket of water. Or you can save the whole job for bath time tonight. And let's remind ourselves of the 3 tasks. Task number 1, you're going to experiment with 1 container. You're going to talk about full, empty, half full, half empty, nearly full, and nearly empty. Task number 2 is when you're going to practice with 2 containers to see which one holds more and which one holds less. And then task number 3 is when you're going to get lots of containers and you're going to put them in order from the container that holds the most to the container that holds the least. And that is today's really fun maths lesson. And remember, it's when we're experimenting with how much liquid can go into containers. It's called capacity. And that's what we're learning about this week. Remember to show me lots of photos of your capacity investigations and tasks. Bye.